He slammed the door so hard the picture frames rattled, and for a second, I just stood there, listening to the echo of his footsteps fading down the hallway. I'd finally told him the truth, that I'd slept with his boss. I'd rehearsed the confession 1,000 times, but nothing could have prepared me for the way his face twisted, or how fast the room emptied of oxygen. The silence that followed was worse than any screaming match we'd ever had. I should have known it wouldn't end there. Less than an hour after he left, his boss showed up at my door, sweating through his collar and looking like he hadn't slept in weeks. He didn't care about my boyfriend, not really, he was desperate to keep his own life from falling apart. He begged me not to say anything to the company, voice shaking, eyes darting around the apartment like he expected someone else to jump out. I could see the panic in his hands, the way he kept twisting his wedding ring. For a moment, I almost felt sorry for him. But then I remembered the way he'd whispered promises in the dark, how he'd told me he'd risk everything just to be with me. Now, faced with the threat of real consequences, he was shrinking, pleading, and suddenly every word he'd ever said sounded cheap. I told him I hadn't planned to tell anyone, but his relief just made me feel sick. The truth was, I didn't know what I wanted anymore, or who I was supposed to protect. I spent the rest of the night pacing the apartment, replaying every decision that had led me here. I thought I was searching for excitement, for a way to feel alive in a relationship that had started to feel like a cage. But standing there, with two men's secrets in my hands and my own life unraveling, I realized I'd trapped myself in something so much worse. The worst part wasn't the lies or the betrayal, it was realizing I'd become the kind of person who didn't recognize her own reflection.